Hi, this is Jackson Taylor, and you're watching KJAG TV.
Quite the setup here today at Red Shed. I am, of course, Chipman Floyd. And we have got Ken Valdex with us. How are you, Ken?
Doing well, man. How are you doing?
Pretty good, actually. And we have got the fabulous Jeffrey Stevens. I'm doing good. So, okay, this whole thing, I have to tell the behind the scenes. Around the month of December or November, I start getting calls from our mutual friend Barry Lines. And Barry starts telling me, he's like, I got this guy. He's like putting you over, like I'm doing his business. It's like you're getting ready to start the garden. He's like, I got this guy named Ken Valdex. You gotta have Ken come out to the Red Shed. Because I've been telling him about the Red Shed. And he's like, you gotta have Ken at the Red Shed. And I said, okay. And he goes, I'm gonna send you a couple videos. So he sends me all this stuff. I send it over to Jeff. Jeff goes, I'd love to have you, but I'm booked. And I'm starting to be booked most of next year. So Barry calls me every week. We talk every week. And he's pushing you like nobody's business. He loves you to death. And he goes, I gotta have him at the Red Shed. You gotta get him at the Red Shed. And whenever he calls me, he goes, I just want to talk to Jeff. And I said, here's the deal. Jeff gets calls from everybody in the road. I said, he's getting calls from cover bands, tribute bands,
Country band.
everybody in the road's calling.
Apparently, we just found out death metal bands.
And apparently death metal bands. And I'm like, I want to save Jeff some phone calls. So finally, we managed to get, Barry calls me like 2 weeks ago. And he goes, Ken is playing in Iowa. I want to get him at the Red Shed. He's just got to get there and do a radio. And he goes, do you think Jeff would be open to that? And I said, yes, I'll talk to Jeff like that. So then before too long, I get Jeff and Barry on the same phone call. And they work out a deal, and now you're doing a radio thing. And then this crazy bastard, Jeff, goes, we'll just have him open for Brandon the next time.
Yeah, man.
You just don't let grass grow to your feet.
No. It can grow once I'm dead, but not right now.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're here.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the Red Shed? I always ask the performers when they get here. Because I always love the reactions.
It's a shed, man. It's a shed. Like, it's kind of funny because I'm looking around and it's like, it's a shed. It's a legit shed. But it's so inviting. It's so, I don't know how to explain it, inviting, warm, cozy kind of, like, I can tell that there's going to be a lot of history. Like you said, 4 years now? 4 years that you've been open? And in 4 years, that's great, man. This is the kind of thing that this has legs. This has legs. This is going to go on for a while, and it's going to be one of those places. Like, you got to understand, you guys. I mean, I'm driving from Minneapolis out here, and I'm like, what? But everybody that I talk to that has done this room swears by it. You'll see. You'll see. That's what you'll see. That's the word, right? Well, I go to here. It's a shed. We'll see. Man, already like just being here and the hospitality. This is a good place.
And there are things, and I tell this to Jeff all the time, and I'm sure he gets tired of me saying it, but there are things in Kansas that do not work, and things that don't work in Hutchinson. Comedy being one of them. But do it out here, and you got standing remote.
I don't know. I just do what I can do, and Merle and me both, you know, we
Oh, Merle is here. We're gonna make Merle talk at some stage.
We-
We're gonna make Merle come up here.
we want to build a community. That's what we want to build.
Yeah.
You know, so, and we have some of the greatest fans that come to our shows. And that's what makes it work.
Yeah. This is quite a deal. So we are live today on KJAGradio.com. We're also live on GJaguar.com. And we're doing live video, live audio. We're also live on the Red Shed Facebook page and the Red Shed Twitch channel, which I didn't even know if you know existed until today.
Nope.
But we've got that going. And so what is the first song we're going to hear from?
Oh, man, it's gonna be out of my soul record. It's called Make It. I said stop, y'all missing. I got something on my mind. I don't lie, it's gone crazy. But in the end, it's gonna be just fine. Yeah, we got each other. One another, that's right. Yeah. I will feel it, I'm supposed to be. Love will survive. Pain comes our way, it's all we pray. I know we can make it. Oh, hard times come and go, yeah. All things for sure. We can make it, make it. But I got this feeling, Lord, like nothing's gonna bring us down. Now, don't care what comes. Lord, that T-Lab, 'cause we're standing on solid ground. All on wood today. We'll find our way, find our way. If we got our dreams, we got everything, yeah. So listen when I say, yeah. If the world crashes down, I'll still be around. I know we can make it. Oh, the road might be a long time, but we keep pushing on. Where we can make it, make it, make it. Oh. Everything comes our way, every time we pray. I know we can make it, yeah. Oh, hard times come and go, yeah. More things won't show, where we can make it, where. If we don't fall behind, yeah. God from the high, where we can make it. Now, good times will make it. Happy or sad, where we can make it, make it, make it. Oh.
going to be opening for Brandon City TV.
Yeah, man, it's, just so happy he was playing the next night, and got a nice little invite to do so, and yeah, and, Brandon and I have been in touch, and it's something fun. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good time.
And thanks for joining us here on the Red Shed's Facebook page, Twitch channel, and of course, KJAGradio.com, JiggyJaguar.com, and of course, live video at KJAGradio.com, and of course, the official website. And of course, Jigman Freud, the original fairy tale. We've got Tim Valdex here. You are like busier than a goat in a hailstorm.
Wow, man,
Because you've been all over the damn place.
kinda, sort of, somewhat.
So Jeff, what attracted you to getting in here? Besides Barry calling up and just
After doing my research, listening to his stuff, calling around, talking to people that know who he is and that have seen him play, he just fits. He fits what we do. This place has always been about turning our fans onto music that they may not know about, guys that are just as good as what you're hearing on the radio, if not better most of the time.
Yes.
And he's just a great fit for what we're gonna do. And we're excited, not only are we gonna have him Saturday, but he's coming back with his band June the 11th.
Wow. That's like breaking news. I didn't know anything about that there.
I don't keep the secrets.
You just made this happen today. So we've been joined by the fabulous Merle. How are you, sir?
Just fine.
This is the first time I've met you, but it's like your name, dude, is legendary in these parts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought it was just for making cards.
So, Merle, how the hell did you and Jeff get this whole relationship?
Well, for years, in October, my birthday's in October, our wedding anniversary is in October, so we always done a great big party. And then I finally escalated to just bringing a band in for a party, and most of them were just local bands. And then one year we had this wild idea to bring in a bigger band, and so I got a hold of Jeff, and we kind of become friends again after many, many years of being apart. And yeah, here we are 4 years later with 70-some shows under our belt. And
What is always funny is when somebody new comes here, they look at all the bands. That's usually what happens. They look at the bands and go, that got 1 year, that shit's been there.
we went from one show a year to 2 to 3 a month. In 4 years. So we got big plans. We're going to spend more money, build a bigger building.
Oh, good. It's good.
You know, so
Well, there are a few artists, without mentioning names, that have already mentioned out here today, but they've all said that they would come and play if you had more rooms. And
yes,
those people back.
right, yes, and maybe I think
That's just to see Jeff
that's just a no.
try to kill me.
Or not.
Yes, but there are a lot of other artists out there that are maybe in the next
Well, that's it.
category up that we would like to try to get and bring in, but we can't do it with what we got here.
Yeah.
You know. And
Well, Jeff has told me some ideas he's had, and he's like, you gotta have a bigger building. Me and Merle gotta have a bigger building.
I've got big ideas too of other things we can do besides that, you know, on the nights we don't have something going on, or something's gonna have to pay for the building.
But it comes down to we wouldn't be here today said if it wasn't for all of our guests and our fans
Yes.
that support us every time.
There
we
are
have a show.
people that are at every single show.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's
They buy tickets the minute you put something on them.
It's because of them, and that's why we do what we do. It's not for us, it's for them.
Yeah.
And we tell everybody that this is our hobby. This is not our job. We're not here to make money off of this. Yes, we need to make money, but this is our hobby, and we just want to share it with everybody.
It's fantastic.
And share guys like Ken, you know.
Well, then there's guys like me that have a big mouth.
That's good.
This is a great job,
That's,
man. This is a beautiful thing. Like, from hearing that as a musician, right? Hearing what you just said, he's one of the good guys. So, my brothers and sisters that are out looking for some gigs, this is a great place. Don't bombard them with phone calls now. That's what we. However, no, this is this is the real deal stuff. And you know, when you get promoters and then you know, people run venues that have that passion, that have that understanding, and that have that particular vision, that makes what we do so much better, man, because we run into stuff where it's not always like this. Shed or no shed. Yeah. But you know, that's the thing is, you know, you come into these venues and you don't have people that get it the way you get it. This is refreshing. So thank you guys so very much for doing this, for being who you are, and I am full on supporting it. And you guys, whatever I can do to help out, you know, you got me. But I wish you got the best of luck.
We appreciate that.
Because it's all about music, as you know, we don't have a liquor license, we don't sell any alcohol, so it's all about music. That's all.
And I think that's why you had stuff that's work.
Well, yeah, because we're not a bar scene, people aren't coming out here to sit around and just drink, they're coming out here for one thing in mind, and that's just to listen to music, or comedy, whatever the case may be, but they're only coming out here for one reason. Well, two reasons, they come out to me. And we can't compete beyond the movie.
And that's a big thing that I've had a lot of people tell, especially new people that have rolled in, you know, because they're coming from Nebraska, they're coming from Colorado, they're coming from all over. By the time they leave, they know who we are. And a lot of people go, you can go to other venues, you can go to other
Oh,
bars.
yeah,
We don't know
you
who
don't
the
know
guy
who
is.
the guy's booking, you
Yeah.
don't know who the people that are making sure the lights stay on.
You know, we try to meet everybody at the door.
Yeah.
We want this to be their home just as much as it is our home. I mean, that's what we want. We want that community. We got a lot of great things coming up. We just started a music scholarship program with one of our artists. We have a benefit concert coming up for Guitars for Vets, sponsored by Gibson Guitar Talk Radio. I mean, we're really excited about some of the stuff that our little venue has been able to be a part of somebody else's dream. So,
There's one more thing too. You guys really actually see Kansas. Like,
Yes. And as much as it
let's
gets
just
to
put it. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? You're in the middle of nowhere. But the bigger cities, the bigger venues, the people that have the capital, all that kind of stuff, and they can take it. You know, they can learn a lot from you guys. They can learn. You got a lot that they, you know, can learn from without. And so again, just good on you.
So Ken, how do people get in touch with you online and buy your music and support you?
Sure, man. Yeah, KenValdez.com is the easiest way to go about it. And you have merchandise there, t-shirts, comic cups, CDs. Yeah, there's more stuff coming in. Pretty much has to speak, which is great. I'm also on all the socials, all the Facebooks and Twitters and Instagrams. Yeah, I'm on all that. So Ken Valdez Music, as far as
You're also on TikTok, 'cause I did a TikTok video while you were playing earlier. I was searching Ken Valdez music. You're right on
you
TikTok.
got it. Yeah, you got to get on there now too, man. It's like it's
Yeah,
so.
the Red Shed's all on TikTok.
Man, I'll tell you, it's just a.
Yeah.
It's such an interesting day right now, man.
We haven't taught Merle how to do TikTok.
I'll run with you. Look, that'd be the case. It's like I don't know much about it either, but man, it's like what is our industry become when we gotta learn TikTok, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I think if we teach Merle how to do TikTok, then I'll be good.
I'll subscribe.
Hey, that's a comment. You know, I might be 20 years behind everybody, but I'm trying.
I'm subscribing, dude, just.
It's on.
It just could be the new comedy act.
Merle is the most entertaining co-owner of a venue I've ever met.
And if he's on TikTok, all the more reason to go follow him. Alright, come on now. Come on, I'll be your first, brother. Okay, I'm right there.
So tell us about what you got for us next.
Oh man, musically or just what do you?
Well, after you play tomorrow evening, where are you headed?
Oh man, I am headed back to Minneapolis. That's where I'm living these days, and I believe that we have a show. I'll say it's in Mankato coming up on the. Oh gosh, man, all my days are on here. So next Saturday is what it is. But I'm working, man. I'm booking gigs.
That's awesome.
It's finally right, and wish I could say that. It's killing me. But I'm so grateful that all this is going on, and again, man, just pushing a new record. Yeah, it's been great. Just go more, you know.
So what is the next tune we're going to do? We got privileged to hear from you.
Let's see here. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do a song that's off of the new record, and it's called Devil Man. And yeah, this is on this particular record. It's probably the more bluesy number, if you will. Yeah, it's a very different record. But here we go, Devil Man.
Facebook page and Twitch stream, and we have got Jeff and Merle with us. What do you guys think of this? I think it's awesome.
Good enough. I'm excited for tomorrow night.
Should be a fun show.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man, for sure.
So, besides Ken tomorrow night, tell us about Brandon.
Oh man, Brandon's a veteran of the blues, American roots, blues rock. You're not going to be disappointed with Brandon. It's been a long time coming. We've had Brandon on the books for the last couple of years. We had COVID, rescheduled this, read that. Brandon reached out to me and said, "Dude, we got to make this happen." He said, "You pick a date, and I will be there." And so this is the date that we picked. And we've got a great March. Starting with Saturday night with what we got going. We got on the 12th, we got Cold Stairs, which is another phenomenal band that's played all over the world. We end the month with Jeremiah Johnson, who's been here a few times before. So, I mean, we're excited about the month of March, and we're excited about what we've got coming up for the rest of the year. That's cool. And we're excited that not only do we have such a great fan base, but we got such a great fan base.
Yes.
All of these guys like Ken and
Everything's
Brandon,
all around.
they support us. They help us. They take care of us and we take care of them. And I feel pretty fortunate that we've been able to make that happen.
So, Merle, how does this work? Do you find something somewhere and go and call him and say, book it? Or does he book it and call you and you go, well, that's badass, let's do it?
It's been both ways. And there's been a few, we went on a wild goose chase to Kansas City to go to this little band that I thought I really, really wanted. It didn't pan out. But I can't say if we've had a bad show ever here. Some are just better than others.
Yeah.
But they're all good. They're all good. Some of them just have more experience in them. And everybody's taste is different, whether it's a tribute band to blues or more rock. So it all depends on everybody's taste in music too. I grew up in old school country. My mom and dad played music. My oldest brother and sister played music. So we loved instruments up a flight of stairs every Saturday night to the Crystal Ballroom for 40 years.
The old crystal ball.
And they were the house band up there for years.
Have you seen it since it got redone?
No, I haven't.
That's quite the deal. Being on Bob Hunter in there one time. During like third birthday.
I was in there when a good friend of mine was demoing that. He was originally tearing that all apart for them. He's no longer with us. The building's still here, and so we still think about it.
I think the big thing for us is, I think a lot of our fan bases realize now that if we have them on our stage, I don't book anything without doing my homework.
Well, I'll tell you, when I brought you, when I got a hold of you on Ken, you're like, well, I think I've heard of this guy. And then you got back to me and you're like, well, let's do it. And then before I even played a single note today, you had him booked for it. So,
That's the way it goes. I do a lot of homework. I've been fortunate enough that I've been around a lot of these guys for a long time and made friends with a lot of these people, guys, bands. When they leave here, they go tell their parents, hey, you gotta go play with me. And that's helped out a lot too. And it's only because we've made this a family and not just a venue. That's the big thing. It's not just a venue. It's home to a lot of these guys.
Well, the big difference here is when they play a big venue or play some of the others around, they walk on stage through a closed door in the back, they get up on stage, they play, they leave out the same way here, they come through the same door that our patrons come in, they use the same bathroom, and you have to get your own beer like comedians say out of the refrigerator.
Right.
But, I think that's the difference, is everybody's here as friends and family. That's what it's all about. It's really cool.
So Ken, the first couple songs that you played, what was the writing process for those?
Well, the first one that I played, I wrote with a buddy of mine from St. Paul Peterson. And Paul, the name St. Paul, a guy named Prince. Paul was let's see, he was 17 years old when he was in Purple Rain. He played guitar. And Paul's he's been just one of my dearest friends and biggest mentors. And I just think we got a chance to do some writing for this particular record. And this song just got coming up and rearing its head, and it was just so easy to write with it, you know. And yeah, we just kind of wanted to make it, you know, just a bit more on the positive side of things, and you know, just I think that the way that I personally like to write is I really like the listener to have their own interpretation of what it is that they're hearing. You know, I might think it's one thing, but I've also, you know, had conversations with somebody from the audience. I really like this particular song and this particular lyric. I just don't have the heart to say like, that's not the right lyric. But it meant something to them, and a lot of times what I've kind of found is it's so much cooler than anything I thought of. So right on, man. You know. So that's the first one. It's off of the Soul Renegade record. The other one that I just played, well, I've told the story a few times now. This is an interesting one because I'm sure you know, some of my fans will be like, "Oh, here it comes again." I'm originally from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and there is this little cantina out there called it's the oldest bar in New Mexico. I mean, you go walk in there, and literally the bar still has bullet holes.
That's awesome.
It's probably it's still. And you know, I frequently quite a bit, and the bartender there, Parker, you know, we just close down the bar. You know, a lot of times they just be like, "Catch me just hanging out, friend." You know, so it's what time in the morning. But this particular evening, I was playing some amounts of Q. And Billy Gibbons and ZZ Top playing on stereo. So it just like made for this perfect storm, if you will, for the writing process. So you know, the next night or the next day, I should say, feeling a little worse for the wear, right? Or a little worse for the wear, just you know, feeling pretty bad. Let's just put it that way. I picked up my guitar, and all of it just kind of came back, and it just turned into this tune. And didn't want to think too much about lyrics, didn't want to think too much about anything, but just bring out that feeling of the night before. Old cantina, Santa Fe, New Mexico. Lots to do.
So when you go out and you do these gigs where you're going all over the country, where do you get your biggest response? Is it more of a, you know, Midwest thing, California thing?
You know what's really interesting is I never really paid attention to metrics, right, if you will. And it's really fun because I mean, the last couple of years have been really rough with COVID, so we didn't do a ton of road work. And even before then, I mean, we were out with Billy Gibbons and Top, and that was like the big thing for us. And it was an amazing run. Like it was ironic because I got a tremendous response in Canada, of all places. I was like, all right, well that's great. You know, Midwest has been very kind, Southwest has been very kind, West Coast has been very kind. Here's the interesting thing. Sometimes I don't really think about it, but today, my manager, who's wonderful, big shout out to Jessie, she's awesome. She's been showing me a lot of these metrics, and today I happen to look at like our spins for the new record, and you know, playlists and so on. It's amazing that the majority, this is interesting, the majority of our listeners are from the West Coast, which is and LA to be more specific. I never in a million years would have thought that. Number two, and I mean, a close second, is I've never been there.
Oh, yeah.
But, dude, I'm a big thing over there, so you guys better watch out.
Big deal in the
I'm
Philippines.
gonna go over there to the Philippines, I'm gonna go knock out. But I'm doing it because apparently you guys like it. Or not, or you just like, you know, just listen to this, man, this sucks, check this out. It could be that too. Let's hope that it's not.
That's mostly how people find their reasons. But Kim Valdex with us today, you are fantastic. So, what is the next tune we're going to hear from?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I'm gonna pick one that's unreleased, but it's fun to play, and you know, I've been on the road for several hours, and I want to play.
So, when you, like tomorrow night when you're here opening the brand, is this your setup or are you going to plug in?
Oh, tomorrow's gonna be fun. When I open, this will be my setup, and when Brandon and I get together to play, I brought my Strat, and I brought my amp, and, you know.
I know Jeff earlier was trying to get you to.
Oh,
Jeff tries to make sure that he makes sure that everybody has anything they possibly need. So he was a guitar pick.
man. I forgot my guitar picks now. How that happens, I'll never know. I'm a guitar player. Usually they're, you know, usually I'll find them in a dryer, right? Just go in the dryer. They're all there, man. Guitar players.
They're all
Guitar players, and especially the significant others, know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, apparently I left all mine in the dryer. So, with that said, yeah, tomorrow is going to be interesting because I'll be doing this first, and then I will be plugging in and making some big boy noise with the brand. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So it's, you'll get both sides of what I do, at least guitar wise.
awesome. Well, then how long when would you look out?
I can't play with it. You don't have to do it.
That
Yeah.
TikTok going,
I'll just screw 'em.
do the dances. All right, man. Well, if I asked you, boy, what would you tell me, baby? If I asked you to be by my side, you can hear me, oh. I'm in love, tonight. I can't get close to you now. Oh no, I know. Yes, I'm in love, gonna get tonight. Yeah. If I asked you, oh man, baby, I can call you later. Oh, would you be that moment, turning it on? That I can get through. You know I can text you today. I'm in love, I'm down. All right, can live around. All I know, all I know is I'm gonna get you tonight. Yeah. So baby, I'm that baby. What did you say? I know, I know. Oh, I love you anyway. Love you anyway. Yeah. ain't cheated such a long, long time. And I'm not the same. I'm in love, I'm down. Yeah, I've been through that. Oh, all I know is I'm alone again tonight. All I know, yes, I know I'm alone again tonight. Yeah. I know, oh, I know that I'm alone again tonight. I'm alone again tonight. Yeah.
So when did you start playing guitar?
3 days ago.
About 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it. Gosh, man, it's been about 22 years maybe.
Really?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
So was it an acoustic that you started on, or was it
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was my dad's beautiful acoustic. And I just kind of realized, you know, at some point, I knew what I wanted to do when I was a little kid. I knew I wanted to play music. That's it. And it wasn't until much later in life that I was like, oh yeah, about that music thing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to play. I better figure it out really quick though, right? And so, yeah, sure enough, man, I taught myself how to play. I sat there, figured it out, and yeah, so that's what I did.
Now, I don't often have Jeff or Merle when I'm doing interviews.
Okay.
Just because Jeff never likes to be in front of the camera. Merle is too busy with dancing.
Yes.
You guys have any questions for him? Or?
So who are your big influences?
Oh man, God, I have so many. God, I guess like, where do you want to start? Like guitar players, or bands, or the guitar players. I call it my holy trinity, man. It's a lot of people don't get it. It's really interesting. A lot of people will probably assume that maybe something like Stevie Ray Vaughan and something like that. Actually, it's Terry Cat from Chicago. Yeah, he's a man out there. Terry Cat from Chicago, Neil Sean Journey is and Wayne Perkins, who Wayne, I was honored enough to have him in my band. He was a roommate of mine for a few years. But his claim to fame was there was this band, the Rolling Stones. After Nick Taylor left, Wayne became Stones. He did the Black and Blue and the Tattoo records. They did a Catch a Fire record with Ron Mars. I mean, it's just a who's who. But he was a muscle shoulders guitar, and he's still around. And I love it there. And I'm we're just ready to do something together again. That guy's the real deal. Everybody's heard him, but not everybody knows who he is. Those are my top three as far as the times.
If you could have one person that's on your list that you want to play with, that you haven't got to play with, or God, you hope you get to play, who would that be?
This is going to be another weird one, man. This is going to be another one that's just so out there. I've thought about this a lot, oddly enough. Steve Perry. Oddly enough, right? Yeah, that guy's voice is magic. That guy hears melody in the most unusual places. The way that he understands phrasing, melody, and harmonies, and like it's mind blowing, especially to somebody that plays guitar and is a songwriter, and he's just one of those unsung heroes, man. As far as I'm concerned, he's like the reincarnate of Sam But yeah, I think it'd probably be him. It's such a, yeah, kind of crazy when I do it, but yeah.
You get these two chuckleheads trying to keep their.
I would love that. I would love that. If Steve Perry is listening, there's this shed. There's a shed that's out in the middle of Kansas, and I swear to you, it's cool.
Hey, me and Merle tried to get Jeff to get us some monkeys in here.
Dude, that would have been amazing.
When they were on their retirement tour, they had a stop off in Salina, Kansas, and they had nothing on a Sunday, and they were playing in LA on Monday. And we kept telling Jeff, Salina's only an hour and a half away. We could do a Sunday afternoon.
With the monkey.
Yeah.
Pleasant Valley Sunday. Oh, yeah, right? Yeah. Come on now. Yes, that would have been awesome. I can't tell you all enough about this place, man. Like those that are friends and fans of mine, it's like it's a shed. It's like a garage, and it's cool. You guys gotta check this out. Dude. I love this. This is great, man. We have a cool place.
Not what you expected.
No,
Some
man.
backyard.
No, yeah, that was the other thing. And Jeff did this out of me this morning. It's like, he was like, yeah, a lot of people would come on by and, you turn on this dirt road and, and some people would call me like, I don't know if I'm anywhere, keep going,
Many times.
Many times. There was a part of me, I'm not gonna lie, man. He's leading me out here, kind of like.
But it's a good thing it wasn't dark then, right?
I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come back.
What's crazy is there was one time when me and the world famous Bob Uck was out here. Bob's like, there's a back alley to get out of this place. And I'm like, what? And then one time me and Brittany decided to go through the back alley. There's a back way out of here. And there's a back way out of here. It's the craziest deal.
I don't know if you're making me feel better.
There's a safety escape route.
It's like an escape route.
Yeah. Thanks.
And you can tell that it's got something to do with moral because
Of course it does.
some of the different sponsors will be in car. And I'm like, of course.
Of course it has to do with Merle. Yes.
So tomorrow night you're kicking things off. When's the show?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. You'll play what? 30 minutes? 20 minutes? You gotta force him to play 45 minutes?
You'll probably play 45 minutes or so.
That's fine with me. You guys let me know. I got plenty.
So we've got Kip Valdex, Brandon Centini. What's the food truck?
Unfortunately, this weekend we don't have a food truck. Food trucks are getting harder and harder to find due to the pandemic. And the two that we use a lot both had prior engagements, so we won't have a food truck, but we will have hot, fresh popcorn.
That popcorn's fantastic.
Thank you.
Merle. He's got this popcorn machine in the back. And it gets this thing going. And you're like, you got popcorn? First time me and Bob came out here, we're like, popcorn machine? Where did you get the popcorn machine?
My cousin actually bought that for me. And at the point when he bought it, I actually had no use for it. So we had it in the house. And I like popcorn, but it was a little overkill for the house, But eventually it made itself out here, and now it has a home. It has a purpose. So just sitting in the house.
It is the right shit.
Yeah. Kind of like everything else that's out here.
It is like, you never expect when you walk in here.
Go over the music, stay with the popcorn.
We're so excited. We got a lot of cool things. Like I said, we got little Miss Erin Colburn has donated a guitar that we're going to be raffling away, and we teamed up with her for a scholarship. And so it's September 24th. We're going to give away that, and it's going to have everybody who's ever played a correction between this weekend and the 24th. Everybody's going to sign it. And all that money is going to go to charity. It's going to go to help the next guitar player. Some guitar player. We've got Guitars for Vets. We just got in today the signature Jared James Nichols guitar from Gibson that we will be giving away. All proceeds for that show is going back to that organization. We're really excited about that. We got new merchandise coming in. A lot of cool things. We've got some great shows. We keep getting guys like Ken.
Ken
It's
is
great.
fantastic.
We're looking forward to the rest of the year. So far, the shows we've had have been great. We're even stepping out of the box a little bit. We're going to be having a bluegrass folk Sunday afternoon show. We've got a rockabilly honky tonk show straight from Nashville coming. So you got some cool shows.
You got it here at the right time, baby.
Yeah, man.
A little bit of music for a little bit of everybody.
So Ken, we've got time for one more. Do you have one more in?
Absolutely.
What is this
Let's see.
masterpiece that you
Oh,
have here?
man, now you're putting me. Let's kind of want to do another one off of the new record. Yeah, this is a little more on the melodic side of things, I guess. It's called Record. So I thought it'd be alright if I was with you tonight. I'm hanging by this moment and I don't think I could forget. Calling some lover, now it's raining in the sun. Really want to know you, listening right through my head. I'm the Lord today. I'm down to it was red. Ah,
Usually what I do is kind of hell of a deal, a hell of a bomb, the whole thing with Bob Hunter's out there. But, or I go something about a halibut and that's a fish, much like panini, and then usually people yell at me, it's a grilled sandwich, not a meat. But I still believe that panini is a fish, not a fish.
Lies. You're lying.
So, run it down for us one more time. How do we get a hold of you online, all the various places?
all right, man. So essentially, KenValdez.com. That's going to lead you everywhere. I got links there to all of my socials, but you want to go there. There's my schedule. There's merch. There's all that kind of stuff. KenValdez.com first and foremost. If you guys do want to find me on socials, just type in Ken Valdez and use it. So Facebook, Instagram, apparently TikTok.
Hey, I'm on TikTok. And Merle's gonna get on TikTok when it's over with.
You never know.
And,
If you guys, I'll tell you what, let's do this, right? If I can boost my TikTok numbers, ready for this? If I can get like an extra, let's say 50 new TikTok subscribers or whatever,
Yes.
followers. If Merle is into it, me and Merle are gonna do a little TikTok with.
Oh, we gotta get busy. We gotta get this going. Oh, hell yeah.
You know, I gotta play air guitar or something.
We can do it, man.
I'm better at air drums, you know.
Like
that's awesome.
the imagination, the
Hell, there's 6 of us right now. There's 6 of us right now, so we're on the way. So all of you watching, get on TikTok.
That's right.
44 more.
44
more. I'm gonna do something. Yeah, imaginations here are in abundance, my friends. Yes.
Thanks for joining us on KJAGradio.com and of course JiggyJaguar.com. And thanks guys for letting us do this. Because this is pretty badass. It's fun. We had a hell of a time, and I hope you had a fun time. And you know what is funny is I've made the same comment to Merle about how people know who he is. And he's always doing the same thing he did with you. He's like, I just think it's gone. But literally, whenever I bring up the red shed to music people, they either bring up Jeff or they bring up Merle.
Right.
It's the craziest deal. I don't know.
We can't go nowhere without it. I mean, we could be 500 miles away and someone knows who Merle is. My wife says the same thing about me. We could be 500 miles away and somebody knows you.
Somebody knows you.
It's a good-
They know who you
It's
are.
not a bad problem.
It
Let's
is.
just
Yes.
rattle the stories out.
That happens when you start getting older, you know lots of people.
You know lots of people. Really?
Yes. Maybe one or
You
two.
start robbing the stuff.
One or two.
We used to stop and wait on it. Now we just keep riding.
We'll just keep going.
He'll catch up later.
Yeah, he'll catch you.
This is a great place, you guys. And yeah, thank you for having me. And thank you for having me.
Yeah. This has been fantastic.
Thanks, Barry.
Thanks, Barry.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you, of course, the world famous Bob Hunter for taking photos. Bob is the man. And then, of course, I've got to thank my assistant out there.
Thank you, Brittany.
And thanks for watching us here on the Red Shed Facebook page. Show starts 8 o'clock
8 o'clock tomorrow. Doors open at 6:30.
And tickets are still available.
Tickets are still available.
And
There'll be tickets at the door.
tickets at the door as well.
The advance tickets in at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you're gonna get a little cheaper,
Better do it now.
they're doing it.
Nice. I think that's awesome. Constant promoter.
Yeah.
Constant marketing.
You're not gonna be disappointed in this show.
No, this is going to be quite the deal. Brandon Santini, Mr. Valdex, Ken Valdex. You truly are busier than I go to the nail store. I see your social media activity. I see you play all over the place.
Like a one-legged goat.
Well, thanks to everybody for watching us online and listening to us, and I guess we will see you
We need
tomorrow.
46 more TikToks.
46 more! Come on, girl! That's awesome. That is fantastic. Well, boom! That's it. That's how the sausage is made. Okay.